Hey, every so often, we give some life advice here at gameranx. You know, things you should do with gaming, things you should tell your friends about gaming, hey, even things you should teach your parents about gaming. We've covered a lot over the years in terms of these weird topics, but today we're going stupider, and we're talking about mistakes you shouldn't make while you're playing games. We got a good mix of viewers here. We got a lot of hardcore folks and we got some casuals, so we got a little bit of wide-ranging advice for all of you. We've got 8 things, so let's get started. Leaving the game when you don't have it your way. So players leaving the game when they're, say not an imposter in Among Us, or maybe you're playing Predator Hunting Grounds and you didn't get to play as the Predator. Oh, boo-hoo. Or maybe you're just not on the team you wanted. Whatever it really is, insert any short-sighted problem that honestly would probably change within the next round or so. The problem here, man, is just you're disrespecting a player base and making it worse for everyone else by giving them the annoying experience of a match stopping abruptly, or a lobby rebooting, or whatever the specific game in question does. This is kind of a selfish thing that shows you might not really be thinking about the player community, just really yourself. But you're playing yourself at the same time. Anyone who plays anything else competitive, like sports or something, know that it doesn't really work this way. You can't do this. Whether you're playing with friends or just playing with randoms, the bare minimum level of respect is important. You probably already know that. I mean, look, we all bail out sometimes. Just try not to be that guy, will ya? If you're doing it for a specific reason, and there might be a reason, maybe you're trying to get an achievement or a trophy or whatever, and you have to do a certain thing and play a certain type of match. Okay, I get it, you're grinding a little bit, but just try not to make it a habit. Now, next at number 7, don't get hooked on microtransactions. That is a mistake you should never make while playing a game. You want to buy a map pack or maybe an expansion? Sure, fine. We're talking about the really bad stuff here. Now, you guys might be like, hey, duh, gameranx, this is obvious, but not everyone is a hardcore player. Some more casual folks are far more susceptible to this. Because honestly, I hate to say it, the numbers don't lie. The companies that make the more predatory microtransactions and those awful loot boxes continue to do so because some folks out there buy them. Don't be one of those people. Ask any gamer. Gaming would probably be better for it if you didn't buy these things, and eventually the companies realized and they shut the doors on them. Cosmetic or actual content DLC is one thing that's a little bit more up for debate, and your situation might be different where you can or want to buy whatever. It is a free country, we can't tell you what to do, but it's the loot boxes and stuff specifically, man. Once you buy one of those, it's game over. I don't mean I'm not doing a video game pun, I mean for real, game over, man. Now, next at number 6, one thing you should never do while gaming is turn the system off while saving. This is a rookie mistake, honestly. What does every game tell you? This is clearly an important thing to pay attention to. I mean, it's literally the first thing that a game will tell you when you fire it up, almost every single time, for a long time in multiple generations of gaming. So if you don't pay attention to that screen, warning, this is the icon that shows that the game is autosaving. Don't turn off the system while this is in progress. That thing, if you're really ignoring that, I don't know what to tell you, man. We can't help you. So what exactly can happen if you turn off the system mid-save? Well, it's not a guarantee, but a higher possibility that your save file could be corrupted. Thankfully, if you're good, you probably got quite a few other saves backing you up on deck, but you never know. Always play it safe with something like this. You should never play with fire. You should never get reckless when it comes to saves, especially if it's a massive save file for a big game you've been playing for months and months. Imagine having a zillion hours in a JRPG, or you're building something crazy in one of those types of games, or you're collecting something in a big RPG and you lose it all because you jumped the gun and turned off your console mid-save. Not everybody has this luxury. Maybe you have a younger sibling or a child that'll wander over and hit the power button on your machine, your PC, whatever it is, mid-save, and maybe you've gotten lucky a couple of times. But these games hit you over the head with these warnings for a reason. It's basically one of the one things you can screw up while playing a game, so don't do it. Next, over at number 5, we're getting really into preachy advice territory, but be careful with trying too hard to get good in a game. You know, recognize that there's a balance between games designed as a challenge to overcome, you know, like a Dark Souls or something, and trying to become a professional Call of Duty player. These are different beasts, and you need to recognize what you want out of these games. You know, you can be a competitive-minded person, but do you want to train all day and night to be better than anyone at insert whatever competitive game is popular at the time? It's a free world, you can go for it, but don't lose sight of the fun in the process. We're getting a little older here at gameranx, so like this is the best advice we think we can give you as wizened gamers. Like going too far or going too hard, like trying to keep up with the Joneses, it's like Ash trying to become the greatest Pokemon trainer and ending up hating Pokemon in the process. Remember why you signed up. And never feel like you have to be the very best. Just remember to have some fun. There's fun in competition, and there's fun in playing games on hard mode, but don't lose your hobby and yourself in the process, you know? As you get older, it's something really important, so, you know, keep an eye on that. Next, over at number 4, a big mistake while gaming is playing multiplayer games just trolling, like screwing around, not really playing the game properly on purpose, maybe you're team killing, that stuff. Look, this is another one where, you know, we can get a little preachy. We've all done it. We've all messed around before, but it gets old. We can all get like, you know, hey, do unto others, foster a positive gameplay environment, make the community better as a whole by doing the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. But then there's also what you should know what's coming next. It's open season. Everyone is going to gang up on you to make your gaming experience in this lobby or this match complete hell. Same goes for cheating. Cheating in multiplayer in any of its various forms. Stream sniping, wall hacks, aimbots, whatever you're using. Anything that gives you a huge unfair advantage when you're playing against people, just say no, dude. Trolling, cheating, all of that stuff, especially if you're not kicked out of the lobby. If you're doing this stuff and you find out that you haven't been booted, that means it's open season. You have a massive target on your back. Good luck, because everybody is going to be hunting you down and punishing you for being the asshole in the match. Hey, to go back to before, it's all about being sportsmanlike, right? Now down to number 3, we're getting a little real here. Learn from us, don't work and play video games at the same time, especially in such times as now where, you know, a lot of people are working from home. More jobs are remote than ever. Trust us, you know, as someone who knows from experience, you're not going to be able to do either thing properly. You're either going to half-ass your game or half-ass your work, and in both ways, in a lot of situations, you kind of lose out. Yes, every job is different. Some people may actually be able to perfectly play games. You know, if you could play your Switch while you work an overnight shift as a security guard or something like that, more power to you, dude. That's awesome. But if your job is, say, on a computer and you can game on that same computer, that's where the lines are going to blur, and that can be messy. We're not lying when we say this. We actually know someone who copy-pasted something they meant to drop into a Discord chat into their work Zoom by accident. So there's a lot of different types of mistakes to be made if you can't tell. Now, you can avoid this mistake, you know, playing games while you're working, trying to multitask and failing. You can make playing your games your job simply by learning game development by going to www. No, I'm kidding. The reality is, more than anything, multitasking is hard, and what we're trying to say is that gaming, or at least most genres of games, some can be played passively, but a lot of games are worthy of your full attention, so give it to them, damn it. Now down to number 2, ABC. Always be charging. Do you hear me? Always be charging. If you're a console player, man, this is like the cardinal rule. You might notice already. The biggest mistake you can make is your controller dying in the middle of a boss battle. Oh my god. Don't ignore those low battery warnings, man. It could happen to you at any time. Now, I know a lot of games have gotten much better at completely pausing everything, completely suspending everything if your controller's disconnected or your battery dies, but still, sometimes when you reconnect, that little bit of recovery time to get your head back in the game when you press pause to unpause the game, that could be life and death in a boss battle, especially for a Souls-like game. So be careful, you know, you might feel invincible with your battery life, but you are not, believe me. You probably noticed already, but we're including it because there's a good chance you've probably still screwed yourself over one time or another. We have, you have, don't lie, so we're putting this out there for everybody. Now down to number 1, when we kind of polled everyone here in terms of like advice, one of the weirder ones we came up with, we don't really know how to tackle this. If you have people in your lives, whether it's friends, family members, whatever, don't forget them. Don't replace them with the video games. I know this suddenly got very real and corny, but the video games are always going to be there. They're going to be waiting for you. They're going to be ready. They're going to be able to be fired up, no problem, anytime at all. But people and people's attention and people's feelings and all of that is a finite thing. So whether it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, a child, a cousin, like your best friend ever, I don't know, I don't care what it is, make sure you give them some love too. You're probably listening to this going, hey, shut up guys, I didn't come to gameranx for preachy advice like this, but hey, maybe we're having our own therapy session here over in our gameranx office. I don't know what to tell you. The best thing that we can say is if you haven't already, bring these people in your life into your world of gaming sometimes. You know, hand someone a controller, someone you haven't seen in a while, join them in an Xbox lobby. Send somebody a request on Steam you haven't talked to in a while. Or just some good old couch co-op, I don't know. But bring them into your world. You'd be surprised how fun it can be sometimes. Those are 8 mistakes you can make while gaming. There's definitely probably more. I don't know specifically why we even chose 8, but it felt right. If you got more though, definitely let us know in the comments. Any mistakes you've made while gaming, like maybe eating flaming hot Cheetos over a keyboard. Come on, dude. There's obvious ones, there's more subtle ones, there's life advice ones, so we want to hear any type of advice or any mistakes you've made down in the comments. If you enjoyed this silly little video with us though, clicking the like button is the best way you can help us out, show a little appreciation, because we would genuinely appreciate it back, for real. But if you're new, consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, because we put out all types of videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.